Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to Terrorland Soap Opera. I'm not at home and I don't have a tripod with me, so I'm going to do your reading and I'm going to set the camera down and then I'm going to pick up the camera to show you the cards that came out. We're going to do 2 rows. The top row is going to be what's going on with people who harness some high vibe Gemini energy. You know, people who are taking bold, brave action in their life and truth and love, and have learned some lessons in life about not to indulge their more shadowy nature. And the bottom row is going to be what people are doing that are kind of maybe in their shadowy nature. You know, and our shadow nature is like our more worldly nature, and it can be our fearful, insecure, prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy, lazy, impulsive, reckless, self-centered nature. And you've learned some lessons in life and you're living your life differently than some other people in the world. And those might not even be people you know. Hopefully you and your loved ones are all moving forward in high vibe Gemini energy. In the top row, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Wands. Then we have a card not showing itself, which is the Six of Cups, which can talk about no longer repeating patterns of the past. And the reason for the reading for people who harness high vibe Gemini energy is the Nine of Cups. You've learned to love yourself, believe in yourself, treat yourself with love and compassion and kindness and forgiveness for the lessons you've had to learn in your life, and to be bold and brave and confident. And there might be other people who want to invest in you in a relationship because they see that you're emotionally independent. So this could be you learn to invest in yourself. You might have learned to invest in yourself because you previously could have dealt with some people that were kind of either had illusions about what it meant to be in friendships or relationships or how to conduct themselves in a workplace, or they were kind of emotionally indulgent and they wanted you to keep indulging them. And you had some inner conflict about indulging people who are immature and maybe prideful and egotistical. And what they didn't know about you in the Six of Cups is that you're emotionally balanced within yourself. You have learned how to love and believe in yourself, to be emotionally independent. That you have learned how to be in life-giving energy within yourself in order to deal with people who seem to have inner conflicts about working together with people cooperatively, and who might not like that you have invested in loving and believing in yourself and being more independent, and they could be trying to compete with you. And you're like, I've dealt with people in my life who are competitive. It definitely feels differently than people who work together with me in a cooperative, loving way. And that could be part of the lessons that you've learned in life. And the Queens in Tarot can talk about our emotional state, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You did take action within yourself to work through your own inner issues and reconcile yourself with the past, so that your past pain and heartbreak and your fears and your insecurities and your self-limiting beliefs aren't driving the action that you take in your life, and you're operating from a foundation of love for yourself, and it helps make your intuition more clear about people. And if you've invested in some people just recently, or other people invested in you, but then they seem to have inner conflict about, Six of Cups can talk about reuniting. You're kind of listening to your intuition about that. Why does someone have inner conflict about working together with you in a mutually loving relationship? Is that because they have inner conflict and they could be someone who likes to be indulged? I think if your intuition is telling you that someone, it just depends on what your intuition is telling you, that you don't know what it is, but if you do think someone is someone who is a loving person, maybe for some reason right now they can't reunite with you for some reason. You'll listen to your intuition about that, but you're not going to let whatever's going on stop you from being happy. And then there might be other people in your life who are very competitive and prideful and egotistical. And basically, if you're not willing to keep indulging them in a relationship where they get to keep repeating these patterns of ways of being in a relationship where maybe they're immature, where maybe they invest in operating more from their ego, they're very competitive, prideful, egotistical, and indulgent, and you're not indulging them anymore. Some of those people, and you're not working with them anymore. Some of those people, actually, you might have different people wanting to work with you now because you're not indulging someone. They previously could have been wondering if they wanted to invest in you, because if you were having inner conflict about someone from your past and wondering if they were your emotional wish fulfillment or not. So if some people see that, oh, you're not reuniting with those people, then they might want to make you an offer. And I guess if your intuition says that they are people who are bold and brave and emotionally independent, then your foundation could come together and have a new beginning. And nobody is wanting to repeat these old patterns of relationship, It's we've all changed, we've all grown, we've all matured. We're all, if we're 25 and 30 now, we're not 18 anymore or 21. And everybody's on the same page that, some people could have someone who you would like to be in a friendship with of some sort, but either because of their own more immature worldly nature or someone else in their life that they have inner conflict about, or it maybe would cause conflict if they were to reunite with you. This could be a child, it could be a partner, it could be a friend, it could be a romantic interest. If this person here has someone else in their life who kind of is offering them the things of the world because they're holding a pentacle, you could know some loving people in your life that you would like to work with, but they could have inner conflict because you maybe are more independent than them. And they still have people who kind of pull on their energy, or just that more worldly aspect within themselves, which can be, I kind of like to indulge my immature or lustful or greedy or whatever, and I know in order to be in a relationship with you, I can't repeat these patterns of the past. I would have to kind of mature myself and be more independent and invest in letting my light shine and loving myself and taking some bold, brave, creative action within my own foundation. And if there's people that I've been working with, which is kind of like the competition that keeps me from being more emotionally independent and believing in myself and believing in my dreams, they'd have to quit working with those people. And those could be people, for some of them, it could be a Scorpio, because the Six of Cups is Scorpio. But otherwise, it could just be people that they really do have kind of a deep emotional connection with. And then we go from the Six of Cups to the Nine of Cups. It's like taking back the Three of Cups, a foundation of way of operating within themselves or with others, and taking that back within themselves and being more independent of it. So just like people have to become independent of their more immature, egoic, competitive, prideful, egotistical ways of being to be more independent and work with more independent people, they also... we can all have people in our life that we got in friendships and relationships with before we were had really learned how to love and believe in ourselves per se. And we would have to detach from some of those people maybe. And some people really have a hard time with that and becoming more emotionally independent, because they could be kind of codependent on those people for their sense of emotional well-being. So let's go look down at the shadowy row. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, and a card not showing itself is the Ace of Cups. And the reason for their reading is the King of Wands. If someone could be in a relationship with someone with the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, it looks like there's someone here who has some money, some stability, some security, and they feel like they want to manifest with that person, because the Magician can be about, I want to manifest. Some people could be attracted to different people. Or some people kind of are supposed to be on the same page, but they're not on the same page. Their worldly nature could be more aligned with their worldly nature, caught up in the illusion of the world, thinking life isn't supposed to be about love. I'm supposed to focus on money and materialism and status and image, or indulging myself. Their more emotional nature could want to do love and be more free of their worldly nature. And so there's a lot of conflict within some people about what they want to manifest. Their worldly nature and egoic nature maybe wants to work with people who have money and materialism and status and image, or provide them stability and security in their life. Emotionally, though, they might like to invest in the competition, which is like love and hope and faith and belief. But maybe those people aren't in their life right now. If we have people who would be good matches, but maybe some people haven't even met each other yet, somebody could be single and putting a lot of work and effort to have a lot of stability and security in their life to manifest the things of the world, because they don't have a romantic interest in their life. That could be like the masculine counterpart, and some of the people in the more feminine counterpart are invested in dealing with some of their fears and insecurities, because maybe a relationship didn't work out in the past and they're learning to become more independent. So maybe if those two kind of people ever meet. Otherwise, in the shadow nature, we have people working more out of ego. In high vibe, we have people connected in more with their emotions and their intuition to guide them. The people who are more driven by their ego are either wanting to stay single and not do love, or they want to kind of take sexual action towards someone who does have money. And this could be a male or a female. It's just whoever's operating more from their ego. We could have someone right now who wants to be in a relationship with someone to maybe get together, maybe in a long-term relationship, like a marriage. But it isn't because of love. It's more because of money and materialism and status and image. They're just going to try to create an illusion that it's like authentic and loving. But someone that they want to be in a relationship with might prefer to be in a relationship with someone who's more emotionally bold and brave and confident and intuitive and takes inspired action in their life. So we could have some people right now who are in a relationship, but they're kind of have different wants and needs. Well, I guess they're battling it out. Will their emotionally intuitive nature win, or will their egoic nature win? Will they choose to keep indulging in the world and being in relationships with people because of money? Or will their more emotionally intuitive nature win, and they will quit repeating a pattern that might be a pattern of the past and learn to love and believe in themselves? Well, everybody's got to win this battle within themselves, and everybody else doesn't have time to wait around for people like that to make decisions. So what the people that are in high vibe energy are doing right now, they're investing in listening to their intuition about these people in the world who have inner conflict. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to work together with you in a deep, meaningful relationship because you haven't won the battle within yourself. I have learned to love and believe in myself, and I'm going to keep taking creative, inspired action in my life to work with other people and communicate with other people and invest in other people who are also looking to the future, not people who are looking back to repeat these old past patterns of relationship or ways of being. So you go do you, and I'm going to go do me. And then there's some people in the world that don't care about these people that are battling and have won the war within themselves, because they've definitely decided they want to live their life aligned with their more worldly nature. I maybe want to be single, and if I am going to be in a relationship, I want to be in a relationship with people I can manipulate and control. It's more about my wants, my needs, my lust, my greed. It's not about love. And that's how they're living their life. At any different time in life, we can have people that have their own ideas of what their dream relationship is, their dream life. Some people want love, and they know that's what they want, and they don't want to settle for less. And if they've dealt with people that can't decide if they love and believe in themselves and want to let go of people in their past that they could have worked with, or repeating patterns, or just being more independent, well, if they're not there yet, okay, see ya. And then there's other people who definitely decided, I don't want to do love. That's ridiculous. That's an illusion. I'm going to make my life all about money and materialism and indulging myself. It's my way or the highway. It's like, okay. And then you have the people that get into relationships with those people, one or the other. And it's like, oh, I was this way, but I got in a relationship with you. It's like, yeah, that's a problem. And, oh, I'm this way, and I got in a relationship with you. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a problem. We view life differently. You got to try to find those people that you're on the same page with. So anyway, you high vibers, as you're moving forward in your life, you're going to have people wanting to invest in you. Some of them want to indulge in you. They have inner conflict about you working together with anyone else, and they want to be the one who's indulged in a relationship with you because you're probably very loving and warm and nurturing and supportive and balanced, and you're not petty and envious and jealous and prideful and egotistical and all those things. And yeah, they want to be in a relationship with you, but it's more about indulging. They still might have some ways of viewing relationship that they might have viewed, and they still think you should do relationships the way they grew up believing relationships should be done, which is kind of like, why can't we just be open and honest and loving and go with the flow? Why do we have to be so stuck and rigid that it has to be this way or that way and blah, 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 blah. And it could be, too, that you could have people making you an offer. Maybe for some of you, somebody could make you an offer and they were someone where maybe things hadn't worked out in the past and you have inner conflict now about taking an offer from them again. But the wands can talk about communication and bringing it into the 3D with the pentacle to maybe work through what happened in the past. And I'm not talking about shadowy, selfish, greedy, prideful, egotistical people. I'm just talking about someone where, you know, it seemed like things were really pretty great and why didn't they work out? And maybe you would, and maybe you are, and people don't know it. Because when a card isn't showing itself, it could mean that people don't know it. There could be someone that you could have reached out to and, or they could have reached out to you, whatever, and communicated with. And if nothing else, hopefully it brought peace to the situation so everybody can kind of be emotionally free from it. And maybe that was part of it too, is just to free yourself from the past. You know, I don't want anyone else to still have inner conflict about the past. I don't want to have inner conflict about the past. Because with the Nine of Cups kind of being an independence card, it can be about being free. Maybe you know someone who you felt was staying single and maybe rejecting love because of something that could have happened in a relationship with you in the past, and you wanted to free them from that and maybe communicate why you did what you did. You know, everybody is where they're at. I don't think people should take the reason why people are willing to work with them or not willing to work with them as like a personal affront of their worth and value. We've all got life lessons to learn. We've all got issues from growing up, and, you know, we just got our issues, and you got your issues too, as that song says. You know, we're all, hopefully, just pay attention to who do you think in your life that you've dealt with did have good intentions for you, didn't have ill will for you, and who are the people in your life who didn't have your best intentions for you. We're immature, we're indulgent, we're prideful, we're egotistical, we're bossy, we're controlling. Yeah, cut those people out of your life for sure. The people in your life who maybe things just didn't work out with, but you think they are a good, decent person, maybe those people things could work out with in the future. Maybe you're already talking with them. For some it will work out, for some it won't. You know, everybody's got to decide for themselves. You might think someone was wanting to stay single and not do love because of something that happened in the past, but that could be just your illusion of who they were. And they really are just someone who kind of presents a good persona of being like a bold, brave person, but they really could have inner conflict about working together with people on a deep emotional level, and they'd really just stay single and kind of be more indulgent, and you maybe weren't seeing the truth of it. So the whole thing is, regardless of what's going on, what high vibe people are doing is they're investing in moving forward. You know, I'm going to keep focused on dealing with my own inner conflict, being emotionally independent, living an emotionally fulfilling life. I know I don't want to repeat patterns of the past. I want to work together with other people who are bold and brave and creative and willing to be more emotionally independent and happy within themselves, to come together with me in joy and celebration and take creative, inspired action forward in their life. And if anybody wants to come with, they can, so long as they've done that work within themselves. But if they haven't, I don't have time for people who are looking like, oh no, I'm going to stay back here. Don't you? I'm single. Like, don't you want to come shine your light on me and give to me? And it's like, no. Until you do the work within yourself to be emotionally independent and have worked through all your, inner conflict and egoic nature about believing in yourself and believing you can, being in life-giving energy within yourself, I'm not interested in repeating a pattern of relationship. So, because some of you aren't indulging someone who might be single, who might wish you would turn your gaze towards them, they're going to have to go find someone else to manipulate, because you might have already learned the lesson from dealing with some people like that in your life. And it's like, I've been there, I've done that. If you're not bold and brave and confident and warm and authentic and emotionally independent, no. And some people might just want to make you an offer to cause you inner conflict so you won't work together with other people and have your dreams come into reality, but they really just want to indulge in a relationship with you. But they never really plan to bring the dream into reality, but they don't want you to maybe move forward with someone else, so they might make you an offer to cause you inner conflict, so maybe you will think of reinvesting in them again. Well, good luck there, Gemini. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.